This is one of the most important clips you will ever see. A Muslim admitting that Islam and, Islamists. This is one of the most important clips you will ever see. A Muslim admitting that Islam has taken and stolen a lot of Judaism. Now, I'm not saying that he's saying that Islam is bad. He's not doing that, but he's saying that there's a big colonizing movement in which Islam erases and replaces Judaism by twisting the words. Check it out.
The biggest misinformation that we have in our region is that not so many people are relating Israel existence to the 3,000 years old of history. They are considering Israel as a white European imperialist project. The Jews are foreign colonialists from Europe, not indigenous people who lived in this region for very long, not are the people who the prophets and kings that we revere and honor are their ancestors. We don't have, we keep disconnecting that. So yeah, and I always say that it has to be reinforced in a way that would tell the world that the Jews are indigenous to this land, because where does the word Jew come from?
Right.
The word Jew comes from Judea. They were never called the Jews before the Babylonian exile. They were called the Israelites. But when the Babylonians inquired about their origins, the Israelites in Babylonia said, we come from Judea, we are the Jews. And why was it called Judea? Because when Joshua bin Nun conquered the land, partitioned the land, he named that land, he named that part of the land on the fourth son of Jacob, Judah. This is why the Jews in Israel still call it Yehuda v'Shimron, Judea and Samaria. If your ancestors were brought from the portion of the land that would call Binyamin, you would now be called the Binyaminites, not the Jews. So understanding history is very important, especially the biblical history, and I believe there's a big gap in that.
Yeah. And for example, the Islamic term Beit al-Maqdis, I think he may have brought it up there, or maybe this is the shorter part of the clip, is actually Beit HaMikdash. And so they are using our terms, twisting them around, and presenting it as this is Islam. They believe, for example, that the same day that Jacob was supposedly, the Akedat Yitzchak, which is Abraham almost got Jacob, and then God stopped him right before. Basically, they believe that happened with Ishmael, with Abraham's other son. And they twist it around, and that is exactly, this is not totally divorced from religion. The conflict in the Middle East is very religiously involved. These people, for example, Islam has this idea that they can't lose land. And so when they lose land, supposedly lost land, even though it was the Jewish people's biblical homeland, they have to get it back. That's part of their modus operandi. That is the goal, to get this land back, and they won't stop until they do. For more, subscribe, and that's not part of the land, that's the entire land. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. You can also go to our channel memberships page and join there. Thank you for watching, and have a good one. If you believe in what we do here over at Jewish Uncensored, consider supporting us in a few different ways. You can support us monetarily by going to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. You can also go to our new merchandise store, IsraelUncensored.com, where we just dropped a bunch of new merch. Additionally, to gain access to exclusive content, you can go to our memberships tab on this channel and join there. And finally, you can share this video with both family and friends in order to share this message with the world. Thank you so much for your support.